Hey class, so in this video I'm going to talk to you about how to do math with significant figures. So in the last video you figured out how to tell how many significant figures are in a number. So you're going to use that skill to do math with these numbers. Okay, so there's two kinds of rules for doing math with significant figures. So the first rule is with addition and subtraction, and you have to follow the number of decimal places. And in the second one, it has to deal with multiplication and division, and you're actually following the number of sig figs. So let's look at some examples. So let's look at addition and subtraction with significant figures. The number of decimal places in the answer is determined by the number with the lower number of decimal places. So if you look at this first example, 20 plus 0.95, you have to imagine that you're going to line up the decimal place. Now there's no decimal place in here in the first number, but you line it up and then you just do it like this, right, as you did in grade school. And you see, well, this has no decimal places, so your answer is not going to have any decimal places. So you get rid of this, but you see that there's a 9 here, and that rounds up, so you're going to get a 21. Now you can do this in your calculator as well. So I'm going to pull out my calculator here, and you do 20 plus 0.95, and of course you get 20.95, and then you cut off the number right between the 0 and the 9. Of course, then you have to round up, so the answer is 21. You do the same thing for the second one, 2.21 plus 0.624, 0.624, and you see the answer is 2.834, but you notice that there's 2 decimal places in this one and 3 here, so that means our answer is going to be 2.83. And because the 4, right, is lower than 5, you just cut it off, and you don't round it up, you just keep it the same. Okay, so now you should try the last one by yourself. Okay, so now that you've tried it by yourself, you can try it out. So you put it in the calculator, right? So 759.1 plus 8.88, and you see it's 767.98. Now you see in this number there's only 1 decimal place. Here there's 2, so your answer has to have only 1 decimal place. So it's 767.98. So if you only have 1 decimal place, you can cut it off right there, and that rounds up, which rounds that one as well. So the answer is 768.0, still retaining that 1 decimal place. Okay, so now we're going to do multiplication and division using sig figs. The number of sig figs in your answer is determined by the number with the lower number of significant figures. So you can see that this number here, 0.407, has 3 significant figures, and 25 has 2. So we know our answer has to have 2 significant digits. So we do 0.407 times 25, and that equals 10.175. Now we notice that we'd have 2 significant figures, so you do 10.175, 2 significant figures, right? Means you cut it off there, and this does not, the 1 does not round the 0 up, so it's 10. Now if you leave it as 10, it's only 1 sig fig, so it's 10 with a dot after it. Similarly, with 50 times 2.8, we notice that 50 only has 1 significant figure, and 2.8 has 2. So our answer has to have 1 significant figure. 50 times 2.8. And you see it's 140. So we write the number 140 down, but we only have to have 1 significant figure, and 4 keeps the 1 the same, so the answer is 100. And notice that it's 1 significant figure written this way. Okay, so here's the third one, and I'll let you try that on your own and see if you get it right. Okay, so this number here on the left has 3 significant figures, and the number here on the right has 4 significant figures. So now we're going to type it into our calculator. So we type in 0.00907 times 0.5600. So it's 0.00509792. Let me see if I typed that in correctly. I did. And now we cut it off at 3 decimal places. 3 significant figures. And you see that the 9 rounds the 7 up. So the answer is 0.00508. And there's the answer. Now I didn't do any division problems, but it's exactly the same for division problems. So, again, there's 2 kinds of rules for doing math with significant figures. There's addition and subtraction, where you have to follow the number of decimal places. And there's another rule for multiplication and division, where you have to follow the number of significant figures. So I hope that's useful. And now after this, you're going to be practicing on a couple of handouts in preparation for the quiz. Thanks. Bye.